that since initial contracts that were created and under the new Taliban government, we have a new phase of Western and China relations. So growing tensions mean that there's a significant development.
And Afghanistan has been struggling financially because a lot of its assets are frozen. How quickly would this mean, cash for the Afghan government?
I would. So one of the big things that comes with this is financing. So over the next 25 years, sorry, for the next 3 years, it's a 25-year contract, but for the next 3 years, the Chinese have committed to investing $540 million. The speed at which they get the funds is obviously a question, but um, Chinese China's place in Afghanistan in this region actually is not new. So the the role of extracting oil and how quickly you can get the oil out of the ground and processing it and all that kind of stuff is reason is it won't take that long. Is what I'm trying to say.
And what about
A big
sorry to interrupt you, carry on.
a big thing that comes with this is the fact that as a condition of the contract is a new development that the oil has to be refined and processed in Afghanistan, which is a big development with regards to the development of a potential industry, jobs, training, skills, all that kind of stuff. So for the Afghan economy, that's a potential win.
And how will the West react? Because, I mean, back in June, we saw the G7 trying to announce a kind of counterweight to the Chinese, efforts around the world to invest in infrastructure. So they came up with their own plan. How will they see this move in Afghanistan?
Well, because of the growing tensions between the West and China, it will be taken quite seriously and quite negatively on the front of human rights. Obviously, given that Afghanistan has recently banned females and women from attending university, will not look good, particularly with regards to women's rights and children's rights. But with regards to China's own interests and the interests of the Afghan economy and the government, it's something that they're basically doing it on their own.
And what about the agreement with the Philippines to resume the talks on oil exploration in the South China Sea? How big a deal is that?
Well, from the perspective of Philippine relationship with the U.S. is actually quite significant. In October, the Marcos Jr. Government and administration had reaffirmed ties with America, and it's quite a significant U-turn, given how Marcos was not particularly keen on China back in July. So what we have today is the signing of 5 memorandums of understanding, closer cooperation, not just with regards to oil and energy exploration, but with regards to agriculture, with regards to technology, as well as reaffirming Philippines' participation in the Belt Road Initiative, which is a major strategy for infrastructure development for developing economies around the world.
Dr. Winnie King, thank you very much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you.